Initially, I wanted to make this video about the nervous system, and on my drive here, I decided I wanted to make it about limiting belief systems instead, and how they can affect your life and how they can affect your relationships and your mindset, because that's what they do. They're called limiting belief systems because they limit things, they cause limitations. They limit your perception, which then limits your mind, which then disrupts your awareness. And if the mind is the initiator, it's where creation begins with thought, and we create that. So if there is limitations there because of a belief system that's not really productive or serving to your life and your relationships, that will cause limitations in your life in this physical manifestation. And the way I see limiting beliefs, they're not just thoughts, they're a little more complex than that, and I see them as a system of agreements that people make unconsciously, and sometimes they don't even know where it came from or why it's there. But more so, it's important to be aware of the fact that it needs to be dismantled, that it's not something that's serving, so it should go away. You shouldn't maintain it, you shouldn't keep it, and you shouldn't feed it. And people are always being shown where they have limiting beliefs, and they're always being shown where those limiting beliefs interfere. It's just, people, I guess, just have to pay attention to it. And I feel like people are always given chances as well to operate outside of their limiting belief. Like, you are given situations where in a moment you can choose awareness, and you can choose and think like, okay, so I shouldn't do this and I shouldn't think this way because it's limiting, it's not serving. And recognize that it's coming from that limiting belief system so you can operate outside of it. And the only reason people believe that their limiting belief systems are true is because maybe they had to hold on to it out of survival. Therefore, it's coming from a place of fear. It's coming from survival mode and fear. And once you free yourself from these limiting beliefs, you can be open and you can be free to receive anything that is meant to flow into you, and you can just be completely open to change. Because if you don't change, then you don't progress. And in order for progress to happen, there has to be change. Like, they go hand in hand. And I suppose someone would know that they are being affected by their limiting beliefs, or that they're stuck in limiting beliefs, is if they go years and years and years and the same situations keep happening over and over again. And maybe you can't exactly pinpoint why. It's most likely a limiting belief from your own self, from your own unconscious or subconscious. If you're constantly being met with the same challenges over and over and over again, it's probably because you're operating inside of a limiting belief that's manifesting the same things over and over again into your life and into your thoughts and into your behaviors. The only way to progress and move out of this is to change. Change is the key for everything. You have to dismantle the limiting beliefs that are affecting your life in this way and affecting your relationships. And whenever a limiting belief is challenged, people tend to react instead of respond, and they tend to be dismissive to other people's lived experiences, even if it involves them. They will dismiss it because of their belief system, and even make it seem as if you are operating from a place of trauma, when that may not be the case. And like your chest may tighten, or your heartbeat changes, you have brain fog and confusion. Like, I feel like these are symptoms of when you know your limiting belief system is being activated. And in those opportunities, you can choose to be aware and choose to operate outside of it. In those moments, you don't have to hold on to the limiting belief system. You can use it as an opportunity to dismantle the belief system. You don't have to latch onto it to protect your ego and your identity. And you can choose to release it and really use it as a moment to look into yourself, to self-reflect, and look into the mirror to see why certain things keep happening to you in a certain way, or why you keep being met with the same frustrating situations. And just think about how you are responsible for those conditions because of your own limiting belief system. And if you start to think about it, you will really see that nothing good actually comes from having that belief system. Nothing good comes from maintaining this belief system and operating in that belief system in your life. And once you really realize that nothing good comes of it, and nothing good will ever come from it, I guess it'll be easier to kind of dismantle it. Because all it does is create limitations and problems and these mental illusions that are not serving in any way. I thought of this analogy to kind of create an image of what a limiting belief system, how it operates in your life. Okay, so say you want to start horse riding, and so you need to go be around horses, you need to go interact with horses, and you need to go learn how to properly ride a horse. You need to go, curate a relationship with the horse, because you want to, this is something that you want to do. And let's say in the back of your mind, though, you have this, horses are this, horses are that, horses never do this, and they never do this, and they can never, you just have all of these kind of negative thoughts and preconceived notions about horses, rather than really accepting and embracing the horse for all of the qualities that they do have, and feeding into that positive energy. You feed into the negative energy from this limiting mindset that you have, that, okay, horses are like this. They're all horses are like this, 100% of horses do this and this, And so you go to start horse riding, right? But you have all these mental illusions in your mind because of this limiting mindset that you have. So when you start interacting with the horse, the energy is not balanced and the energy is not in harmony, because you are projecting these limiting beliefs onto the horse, that they can't do this, or that they do all of these wrong things. And so you're never even fully embracing the horse in order to learn how to ride the horse, because you limited that, and you close everything off with the limiting mindset that you have and the skewed perception that you have against horses. So that's the analogy that I came up with, because, okay, so in the opposite way, say you decide you want to start horse riding, build your relationship with horses, and really get this thing going, and really, be productive with this relationship where you can just ride miles and miles on a horse, you know? But okay, so say you have the mindset of, okay, you know, I'm gonna let go of all these negative limiting beliefs, preconceived notions, generalizations that I have about horses, and I'm going to fully embrace and open myself up to the horse, you know? So you go there to the stable or whatever where the horses are, and you have this refreshed mindset and this clear view to fully get everything. You have this refreshed mindset and this clear view, and no limiting no limiting belief systems holding you back. So you can just fully immerse yourself into building your relationship with horses so you can do horse riding, you know? And because you don't have anything clouding your judgment, you don't have anything that you are consciously choosing to hold you back in building your relationship with these horses, you can just do it freely. There's nothing stopping you. And you're choosing in that moment to dismantle the belief system that would limit you from doing this thing that you want to do, from having this thing that you want to have, from going to this place, from having this relationship, from just maintaining a harmony in your life, from changing old patterns that keep happening to you for years and years and years. And you're free. Honestly, you're not limited anymore. You're free. And things will start flowing into you. Your life will start changing. You'll start noticing differences. You'll start noticing any endeavor that you put your energy into will be lucrative and it'll be abundant, because you're no longer limiting yourself. Because once you have limitations to your mind and your perception, and you're not willing to learn and self-reflect and hold your own self accountable, that'll manifest in your real life. Anything that you try to do will never work out the way you want, and etc., because of you limiting your own self and choosing to stay trapped in these limiting belief systems. So yeah, once people free themselves from these limitations, they can just be free and they can be open, and change will really happen for them.